And here comes the IMCA Modifieds. 9 cars on tap here for this one and only heat race. Up front, moving up from the Sport Mods. Out of Taft in the 101, that's Tanner Whitmire. Chris Morris from Taylor in the 94 on the outside. Adrian Awald in the 17 inside of row number 2 outside. Brian Maychek in the 45. Cameron Starry, the Robstown Rocket, in the 741 starts 5th. Ryan Slott in the 49 outside of row 3. 73D is Jacob Horch. 77 is Robert Lisi, and the BD1 starting shotgun on the field is Jared Moppin. There's your lineup. 2, 4, actually missing somebody. Double check, make sure everybody's there. Actually, I think we're missing Moppin there in the BD1. So we'll wait, give them a lap or two to see what they do. Looks like the lights go out. We'll get ready to turn them loose. So recapping the running orders they run right now, or the starting lineup that is rather, 101 Tanner Whitmire, 94 Chris Morris, Adrian Awalt in the 17, Brian Maychek in the 45, Cameron Starry in the 741, Ryan Slott in the 49, Jacob Horch in the 73D, Robert Lisi in the 77, and there is the BD1 of Jared Moppin coming to join shotgun on the field. So lights should go out on the front stretch right here. And there they go. Tanner Whitmire. Chris Morris, that is your top 2. 2 hard chargers here on the front row. Lights are out here. We go. Green flag. As the mods all fly off into turn number 1. Watch the 49 of Slot sliding in between the 2 cars. Gained a couple of spots there out of turn number 2 right away. So there, Chris Morris digging on the outside. Tanner Whitmire in the 101 runs second. Ryan Slott runs third. Watch that battle there for third. Awald in the 17. 73 of Hirsch. And the 741 of Cameron Starry. Everybody now playing single file, trying to get the track under control conditions. As it keeps getting colder and colder, the track gets tighter and tighter. Halfway home for your leader, 4 down, 4 to go here in heat race number 1 for your IMCA Modifieds. So Chris Morris is checked out. Over the 101 at Tanner Whitmire. Shaping up to be a battle there for second between the 49 and Ryan Slott and Tanner. Coming up on 2 to go. Here's your leader, Chris Morris. White flag, one more lap around. So into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, taking the win in heat race number 1. Chris Morris wins, Tanner Whitmire second, Ryan Slott third. Jacob Horch in the 73D in the Robstown Rocket. Cameron Starry rounds out your top 5 there in the 741.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. How can I help you?
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
CRS Suspension and Fabrication is your trusted source for premium dirt oval shocks. For dwarf cars to late models and everything in between. We also offer adjustable spoilers and adjustable shock mounts, upgrades, car setup services, and even professional tech support for your entire racing season. You either run CRS shocks or you get outran by them. Call us today, 254-933-CRS1.
Bring the family out to Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite, Texas to watch 150 drivers race at the same time for $25,000. It's full of non-stop action, thrills, and spills. Adult tickets are just $15. Affordable family fun that your kids will love. Don't miss the 8th Annual Lone Star 600, presented by FCA Motorsports. Get your tickets now at LoneStar600.com.
Race fans all across the country are experiencing race day in a completely new way with the My Race Pass app. Lineups, event tickets, official results, directions, championship point standings, race day entry list, live timing, track, series, and driver news. Driver bios. Experience race day like never before. Contact your local track official to see how they can become part of Team MRP today. Download now for free in Google Play or the Apple App Store.
Looking forward to kicking off our 2022 race season at the Rocket Raceway and heading.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. How can I help you?
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
CRS Suspension and Fabrication is your trusted source for premium dirt oval shocks. for dwarf cars to late models and everything in between. We also offer adjustable spoilers and adjustable shock mounts, upgrades, car setup services, and even professional tech support for your entire racing season. You either run CRS shocks or you get outran by them. Call us today, 254-933-CRS1.
Bring the family out to Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite, Texas to watch 150 drivers race at the same time for $25,000. It's full of non-stop action, thrills, and spills. Adult tickets are just $15. Affordable family fun that your kids will love. Don't miss the 8th annual Lone Star 600, presented by FCA Motorsports. Get your tickets now at LoneStar600.com.
Race fans all across the country are experiencing race day in a completely new way with the My Race Pass app. Lineups, event tickets, official results, directions, championship point standings, race day entry list, live timing, track, series, and driver news. Driver bios. Experience race day like never before. Contact your local track official to see how they can become part of Team MRP today. Download now for free in Google Play or the Apple App Store.
What is it about the 600 that gets you guys excited to come back each and every year?
Well, I tell you, the guys out here, we're here to put on a show and make friends. There's people here, I'm pitted with them over here and on this side of me as well. This is the only place I see these guys. We've been friends for 4 or 5 years now. This is the only time we see each other. It's like a family reunion every time we come out here.
Well, it's just a lot of fun to get out there with all the competition and everything. And as crowded as it gets and working through traffic, it's a ball. It's just a lot of fun. I can't see how you can't do this, but just having fun doing it.
look at racing and you look at NASCAR and you look at how they started, they used to put 60 and 70 cars on track down there in Daytona on the beach. They do 200 here at Devil's Bowl Speedway. It's incredible.
I've been waiting for these kind of races all my life, 30 years of racing. And I'd like to thank Brad and Jack for putting them on. We'd like to see more of them.
Caden Valenta inside of row number 2, outside. In the 34W is Brad Wattups. The 00E of Jaden Edmond. The 48C, that is Braden Tumlinson in the red car from Victoria. Summer Nave in the 21S. JC Fitch there in the 23F. And rounding out the field there in the 68T, that is Daniel Taylor. So there's your lineup, the best we can get it there for the E-Mods as the lights get ready to go out. 20 laps. Here we go. Big time racing kicking off right here, right now. Green flag. So right away, Tomlinson in the 33, Caden Valena in the 44V, and Cooper Calibra in the 04. That's the way the top four breaks away. Going off into turn number one, Caden had a great heat race coming for about 9 of the 10 laps, lost it. Coming to get the white flag, so didn't have the run that they wanted there for the heat race. Meanwhile, back up front now make it a 4-car battle. As the OOE of Jaden Edmonds comes into the top 4. So you got the 33 of Tomlinson, Caden Valenta in the 44V, then Cooper Calibra in that 04, and then the OOE there of Edmond. That is your top 4 as they race. Around in the main event here at Texana. So Caden Valena in that 44V dropping back just a little bit. Meanwhile, your top 3 continue to be the 33 of Braden Tomlinson, the 04 of Cooper Calibra, and this OOE of Jaden Edmond. So now side by side, Jaden Edmond in that OOE to the inside of the 04 of Cooper Calibra. As your top 3 continue to lead, the rest of the pack nose to tail. Right now the man on the mission is Jaden Edmond. Coming to the outside of Tomlinson in that 33. The caution's out. Oh, trouble there on the backstretch, right there staring us all in the face. The 21 of Summer Nave. Stalled there on the back straightaway, right just behind the American flag there inside the go-kart track. So Summer now up and running and back underway. So we'll get everybody in the right order and then get it set for the Texas two-step restart here in your E-Mods. So 33 Braden Tomlinson from Victoria is the leader. The OOE of Jaden Edmond from Corpus Christi runs second. 04 Cooper Calibra, also from Victoria, in that 04, runs third. 44V of Caden Valena. That is your top 4. We go back to racing here in the E-Mod. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So now Tomlinson continues to lead there in the 33. Here comes the battle once again. Jaden Edmond trying to look to the inside of Tomlinson in that 33. They've left Cooper Calibra in that 04. Now to the inside. There comes the OOE. Looking to the inside. Not quite 2 roofs down there, but they're making it work. Coming out of turn number 4 as they come to halfway home. OOE and Edmond has the lead that time over Tomlinson in that 33. As they run, give the lead to Jaden Edmond in the double OE from Corpus. As they continue to battle, the top two are starting to check out on the field. So Jaden Edmond continues to lead over the 33 of Braden Tumlinson. Cooper Calibra fourth. Caden Valenta runs out for Calibra in the 04 runs third. Caden Valenta in the 44V runs fourth. As they continue to run around Texana Raceway Park. Trouble there for Taylor in the 68T, spinning right. Ooh, look out, right in the middle. Everybody does a really good job missing Taylor as they spin right there at turn number 4. That was the bad spot to do it. Donald Taylor there in the 68T looping it out of turn 4. All right, doubled up on the restart already. So Edmond in the double OE up front. And then you got the 33 of Braden Tumlinson. Caden Valenta in the 44V, the white car up on the outside. Cooper Calibra in the 04. Brad Whadups in the 34W. That is your top 5 as we get ready to re-rack and restack as part of the Texas two-step restart. So lights are out, looking them over here. We go, green flag. Right away, your leaders get jumbled up right there. Taking off for the lead. Jaden Edmond in that double OE. Here comes Braden Tumlinson in that 33. Oh, a little bit of bumper tag right there, but hanging on. Trying to dig down there on the bottom. Tumlinson, he's catfishing that bottom groove. Edmond not letting up a lot of room. Oh, opened up the door. Tumlinson's going to try to find a way to get in on the bottom. They make contact, slide up the racetrack. Woo, bumper cars out of turn number 4. Caden Melinda gets all kind of loose. A couple of cars, a lot of more body damage there than anything else. Meanwhile, change in the lead. The 33 of Tumlinson takes the lead over Jaden Edmond in that double OE. Here comes Edmond trying to dig back to the bottom. Craziness back in the pack, the 48 of Brandon Tumlinson getting together with the 44V of Caden Valenta. This time they keep it going. This time by 2 more laps to go. And trouble for the other Tumlinson, spinning again in turn number 4. That's going to make turn 4 a little sticky, slippery when they come out of turn number 4. Into turn 3, about a turn number 4. White flag, 1 more lap around for your leader, the 33 of Braden Tumlinson. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, your winner, Braden Tumlinson, wins in the E-Mods. Jaden Edmond third. Brad Waddup's fourth. That's round out your top four there for your E-Mods. All right, race fans, he's unbuckling, sweating a little bit in this ice cold weather. Taking off the steering wheel, about to jump out. Here's your winner in the E-Mods, Braden Tomlinson, everybody. Hi, boss. It's a cold night, so tell me about the race. Looks like you were trying to catfish on that bottom, and you made it work there for a little bit. I didn't think there was room, but you made it work.
And there wasn't a whole lot of room in the heat race. There wasn't no grip down there. In this race, it was a whole lot better, and that's primarily where I run. So it worked out good in the long run.
So I know this is opening night. Got a lot of people to thank. Got a nice, good, slick-looking car for the beginning of the season. So while you can still read the sponsors, why don't you tell us who they are?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank my brother, my dad, my whole family, Dustin Brandel. He helped me put this wrap on today, and him and his wife. K&J Industries, Supreme Vinyl Works, John Tomlinson Automotive, Down South Off-Road and Performance, and also Victoria Welder Repair.
And there you go. There's your winner, Braden Tomlinson, everybody. Your winner in the E-Mods. All right, so up next should be for the kickoff. That's what we call tonight's race, the kickoff. Here they come, indeed, the Mod Lights. So tough break there for Corey Babbitt in the 11. He was supposed to start on the pole, but had some issues there with his car. We saw it slowing down in the corner, so unable to make the call. So there's the lineup up front on the pole in the 99 JR. That is Ricky Henry. Dustin Rude in the 19R. On the inside, Joseph Penny in the 04. Ricky Adcock in the 12. Eric Salas in the 6. And rounding out the last row there, Mikey Land in the 48. And Mike Christian there in the 13. So missing, actually missing two more, or one more. We know Babbitt in the 11's not going to make it, so re-racking that front row. Joseph Penny in the 04 under the outside, and that 99 JR Ricky Henry running out there. So going to be at least 6 cars for 20 laps. So lights are out. They're going to show them green this time by. And Ricky Henry and Joseph Penny, that's your front row. Here we go. Oh, look out. Oh, look out. All right. At least back on all fours anyway. So tough break there for a couple of drivers. I think that's the 13 of Mike Christians there that went up and over. So red flag on the racetrack. There you see the 99 JR up in the top of turns 1 and 2 with Ricky Henry. So safety personnel going to go check on both those drivers. So tough way to start the main event there with your IMCA Mod Lights. The red flag out on the speedway. We'll double check with the tire, wait for confirmation that both drivers are okay. And got confirmation from the tire. Driver is okay there in the 13. It flipped right there. So that's good news. Cars might be small in size, but they run full containment seats and everything else in these machines just like the big cars do. So when they have an accident like that, drivers are pretty tucked away, pretty tightly closed. So that would be flip number 1. So you can mark it down. Flip number 1 here in Texana for 2022 happens in the second main event of the evening. So hopefully no more get airborne and flip over. Now we said both drivers are okay. There you see the driver, the 99, Ricky Henry, the 99 JR, getting out looking at his car, so he seems to be okay. As we said, driver that flipped to that car, Christian's there in that number 13 was okay as well. So good safety features on these race cars. Now we're down to 4 cars. So we got Joseph Penny, Eric Salas, and I believe that is the 19R of Dustin Rude, and I believe the 12 of Ricky Adcock. So we got 4 cars left. So we'll see if we'll still run 20. I think we're still going to run the 20 laps. Not going to cut them short since it. So lights are out. Here we go. 4-car dash. Green flag. Ooh, Penny down there in the 0-4, getting that left front up off the ground, digging in there. The 19R, Dustin Rude, runs second. Eric Salas runs third. And Adcock in the 12 rounds out your top 4. See if we can get some laps in and just start running. So Joseph Penny already starting to check out a little bit from that in the 0-4 over the 19R, Dustin Rude. So Rude able to start reeling them in slowly but surely. Penny gets a handful and he pushes that throttle down. That back end of that car starts wiggling and jiggling. He's got a couple of different issues. Rolling the low ride. There in turns 1 and 2, lifts that left front, coming out of that corner. That chassis sets down. He starts shimmying and shaking out of the corner. But it's working because that car's fast and it's in the lead, so. And now the battle's tightening up right there. There you see. They had a really good heat race there earlier. So now here comes Dustin Rude to the inside in the 19R, trying to get closer and closer to that 0-4. Penny slides up just a little bit in that 0-4. Trouble there for Adcock in the 12. Now Dustin trying back up to the top side, trying to go the highway around. Gets a good run, and he will get the lead that way on the top side. And now Dustin Rude making that digging on the top. Knocks Joseph Penny back to second. Salas runs third in that multicolored number 6. Ricky Adcock in the 12 rounds out your top 4. Meanwhile, Dustin Rude, once he got to the top side, he starts checking out. He's now got about a 5-car length lead. And we are halfway home in this one. So Dustin Rude made the high line work as they were coming into turn number 4. Coming in to take the checker, or the halfway mark here. He's opening up that gap on that 0-4 at Joseph Penny. Those guys got a full straightaway length lead over third place. About a half a track lead there for Dustin Rude in the 19R. And there comes Rude coming up to lap the 12 of Ricky Adcock. Now here comes Dustin looking to the bottom, this time by 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go here in your IMCA Mod Light. White flag out, one more lap to go for your leader, the 19R, Dustin Rude. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, picking up win. Number 1 at Texana, Dustin Rude wins in the 19R. Joseph Penny out of turn number 4 runs second. Eric Salas in the black, number 6, rounds out third here in your IMCA Mod Lights. So picking up the win once again in the 19R is Dustin Rude, everybody. I'm not sure if you remember how this works. I have some hardware for you. So you can keep that. We're going to use this in the pictures, but we'll come across right here. We'll let everybody get in front of the car for the pictures. So it actually looks better when you hold this. So tell me about the race, boss. That's kind of got exciting. You went high, wide, and handsome out of turn number 4. That thing was rocking like a Bronco bull. I thought for sure you were going to hit the fence, but talk about running high tonight. Did it seem like that was the place to run here in the dwarf car?
I'd say both ways. It's so rough down there on the bottom. It's hard to keep it down there without it bucking like a bull. But the only way to get around them is around the outside. Everybody's wanting to hold down the bottom, but just got to go with it.
So I know we ran a couple of races or won a couple of races last year, but now's your open tonight. Got a crew here you need to thank, and who's the sponsors that make this stuff happen in 2022?
I got a lot of people. The main one, this guy right here, Randy Jackson, Wolf Motorsports. He owns this car and the dwarf car. I'm just grateful to be able to drive for somebody like that. Very knowledgeable. Popcorn, my stepdad, he works on this thing in and out. Josh, he's in my shop. I can't even tell you, 20, 30 hours a week if we have to. My wife, she's out today. My 2 kids, wish she could be here. Hopefully we can pick up another one with the dwarf car.
All right, so we'll let you take some pictures. I'll need this back, but you can take pictures with it now. Dustin Rude, everybody, your winner in your IMCA Mod Lights. Alrighty, as the show moves along, congratulations to Dustin Rude, looking for him to go for a double up there in both the IMCA Mod Light and the Dwarf Car Race Series of Texas. But here we go with the Pure Stocks. Up front on the pole in the 32, won the heat race. That's Monty Chamberlain. Gary Butler in the 9, Dylan Jennings in the 72, Jonathan McElveen in the 11, the 13 in is Taylor Van Arsdale, and Derek Youngblood in car number 97 starts there in 6th spot. So we got some Dylan Jennings fans down there? All right, the hardcores are here. So just so everybody's keeping score at home as we get to they have flip-flopped the main event, so now you're going to have the Pure Stocks racing now, and then you're going to have the Dwarf Cars racing next. Everything else stays the same from Sport Mods to the Big Mods to the Factory Stock. So as we continue to have this battle for the lead between Monty Chamberlain and Gary Butler, they put on a really good heat race, and it's continued into this main event. There you see Butler taking the lead back in that number 9 over the 32 of Monty Chamberlain. So meanwhile, back up front, Monty's going to try to make a race of it, digging down into turn number 3, up out of turn number 4. He's getting within a car length there of Butler. There he is, diving off into turn 3. So Gary Butler, your leader in that white number 9. Monty Chamberlain digging in that white and blue number 32. If you see the for sale sign there on the right front fender, sure they'd be willing to wheel and deal with you tonight, especially if it costs a little bit more after it wins. Monty trying to take it high, take it low, any which way that it'll go. Now Monty looking to the inside. He's got to the inside of Butler. Butler tries to slam the door, but Monty's still there. They go side by side out of turn number 4. Butler with a good run up on the outside, though, getting that thing wound up. Trouble there for, is that Jennings? That is Jennings in the 72. Trouble there for Jennings there out of turn number 2. He gets it fired back up, no harm, no foul. So that interrupts the good battle we were having for the lead, but they'll get right back after it. Oh, trouble there for Jennings pulling to the infield. Looks like he's going all the way out to the pits. It's a tough break there for the 72. So now we're down to 3. So we got Gary Butler in the 9, Monty Chamberlain in the 32. And Derek Youngblood in that silver and blue number 97. Lights are out. We come green right here, right now. Here we go. So Monty trying to go inside, outside there on Butler. Butler slides high, opens up that inside door. For Monty there in that 32. And with the slide job, there you see Monty Chamberlain back in command of your Pure Stock main event. We are halfway home here in the Pure Stocks. So coming up next, you will see the Dwarf Car Race Series of Texas And then rounding out the night, you'll see the Sport Mods, the IMCA Modifieds, and the Factory Stocks. Factory Stocks are still the last ones to run on the program this evening. So coming back up to the lead here, Monty Chamberlain continues to lead over the 9 of Gary Butler. Butler's going to make a race out of it, though. He's trying to come back to the backside bumper of that number 32. But Monty's now starting to check out just a little bit. Got that thing rolling up on the top side, digging in. Monty still continues to lead there. Digging that deal into turn number 4. Making that thing eat. So coming up on 2 to go. Two to go for your leader, the 32, Monty Chamberlain, pulling double duty tonight, both in this pure stock and his factory stock. White flag, one more lap to go. And checker flag waves for your winner, car number 32, Monty Chamberlain. All right, everybody, your winner in the pure stocks, Monty Chamberlain. Now, don't hurt yourself. You got another race to go later on. Don't burn all your energy now. So tell me about this pure stock class. You're pulling double duty. You got your Hot Rod Factory stock, number 55M, and you hop into this thing. How much fun is this thing to drive compared to the factory stock?
This car is a ton of fun. It's been around forever. We wanted to help kick this pure stock class off tonight for the season, brand new class here, and it's a blast. It really is a blast to drive and always has been, this old car. By the way, anybody out there wants to get into racing, it's for sale, $4,500, and you'll go to the front.
All right, so you stole my thunder about it being for sale. Talk about who you got to thank both in this one and upcoming in the factory stock race.
All right, well, first of all, For this one, absolutely Tony Blankenship, Tony's Mobile Home Service. It's all him on this car. I also got to thank my nephew Caleb for coming out tonight, and his girlfriend Kelsey, who gave me some class when she came out here to ride on the car. For the factory stock, I'm sure I won't be out here, then, because that's a whole different group. But for that one, I'm glad you gave me the opportunity. I got Seals Hot Rod Shop out of Huffman. That's Randy Seals. Again, I got Tony Blankenship sponsor me with Tony's Mobile Home Service in the factory stock, and also Cord Beard with Magnum Services. And real quick, Bobby, I just want to say thank you to everybody who makes Texana Raceway Park possible.
All righty, everybody, here's your winner, Monty Chamberlain, everybody. All right, so congrats to Monty Chamberlain picking up the win in that brand new, as we said, it's a brand new class here at Texana Raceway Park. It runs a series of races down there at the South Texas Race Ranch, so it's a brand new, affordable way to get into racing if you'd like to get into the dirt track racing here at Texana Raceway Park. And as Monty said, thanks to all the staff here at Texana Raceway Park for making this possible. Most importantly, thank you to the race fans that are here tonight in person. We know that it's cold, and we thank you for all your patronage and your patience with opening night issues, kind of having a couple of lineup issues. But for those watching it Race on Texas All Access and those here in the grandstands with us, we appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. And we still got some big main events left to come. Up next, the Dwarf Car Race Series of Texas, followed by the Sport Mods, the IMCA Modifieds, and then the Factory Stocks. And Aaron, here's your lineup for the Dwarf Car Race Series of Texas. Up front, Brady Hicks, in car 23H on the pole. On the outside, Dylan Spreen from Salado in the 81S. Dustin Rude pulling double duty from Danbury in that 41T. 69A, that is Brady Ricks. Inside the next row, the 25 from Bernie, that's Dylan Budnick. On the outside, in the 12T from Bernie as well, Dylan Coyne. Inside the next row from Temple in the 44M, that's Thomas Mack. Brandon Spreen from Bernie on the outside in car number 88. Vince Casier from Port Lavaca in the 56. Jerry Book from Corpus Christi outside of him in row number 2. Kobe Urvansky there from Kingsville rounds up in 24. The 03 Drew Stark from San Antonio. Danielle Long from Gonzales in the 08. The 72, that's Landon Siberry from New Braunfels. Alan Brown in the 38B from Danbury. Outside of him, Stacy Starrett from Plantersville in the blue number 37. Adam Staley from Kingsville in the 93. James Fitzgerald from Missouri City in the 33. Mickey Land in the 48. And we go green and going here in the Dwarf Car Race Series of Texas. So right away, your top four, your heavy hitters are getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4. They go 3 wide for a minute. Here comes Dustin Rude trying to go double-double there. Oh, they go 3 wide. What a move by Dylan Spreen. They split the middle. Now they go 3 wide a little further in the back, but that top 3 racing side by side, nose to tail, coming up on a couple of lap cars. So Dylan Spreen, your leader. Dustin Rude in the 41T runs second. The 23H of Brandon Hicks runs third. The 25 of Dylan Budnick runs fourth. And Dylan Coyne and Brandon Spreen round out your top pit. They're racing side by side, nose to tail. They're in the top 10. Meanwhile, battle up front, inside out, crossover back up front to 81 of Dylan Spreen. In the 81 gets around Dustin Rood in that 41T. Now they go side by side out of turn number 4, come down to the stretch, give it back to Dustin Rood in the 41T down into turn number 1. There they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rood now has the advantage, about 2 car lengths over the 81 of Dylan Spreen. Move Brandon Spreen in the 88, now up to third. Now here comes Dylan back to the inside. He takes the spot. They come around the 7, the lap machine of Ron Thiel from Victoria. Now move Dylan back up into the lead. Has a little bit of a hiccup there in turn 4. No harm, no foul. Keeps it going. And now weaving it out of the lap car, the 93 of Adam Staley. Actually, I think that's the 95 of Christian Staley. So now back up front, your leader as they continue to fight lap traffic. Dylan Spreen in car number 81 continues to lead over the 41T of Dustin Rood. Dustin moving to the top side like he did during the Mod Light race earlier this evening, trying to make that top side work. Brandon Spreen runs third. Dylan Budnick runs fourth in the 25. And Dylan Coyne in the 12T rounds out your top 5. Now Spreen in some heavy traffic, having to go around inside and outside on some lap cars. That's the 08 of Danielle Long from Gonzales. So now Dustin Rood back to the top, now within 3 car lengths of your lead with the 81 of Dylan Spreen. And trouble there at turn, ooh, wow. Trouble there at turn number 4, so good bit of driving there by Dylan Spreen. Trouble for Brandon Spreen back over there at turn number 3. He loops it around as well. So it looks like that was the 72 of Landon Syberry from New Braunfels looping it around there in turn number 4. Also had the 7 car Ron Thiel in there. He was the one turning a little bit sideways. Ooh, that didn't sound good there on Jerry Book's number 2 machine. So now it's your top 5s running together. Brandon Spreen in the 81's your leader. That 41T of Dustin Rood runs second. Dylan Budnick in car number 25. The silver 25 runs third. Dylan Coyne in the 12T, the 12th man car, runs fourth. Drew Stark in the 03 runs fifth. The 23H of Brandon Hicks runs sixth. That's your top 6. As they get ready to race on the racetrack, get ready to line them up for the Texas 2-step restart. You got 3 Dylans and a Dustin, so that makes it somewhat hard on the announcer to try to keep everybody straight here when your top 5's all running right there together. But looks like they may have added back Brandon Spreen in the 88 there in third spot. That's where he was running beforehand, so now they're going to double them up. Texas 2-step restart So re-rack the front just a little bit with the 81 of Brandon Spreen. Then you got Dylan Spreen in the 81, Brandon Spreen in the 88, Dustin Rude in the 41T, Dylan Budnick in the 25, Dylan Coyne outside in the 12. There's your top 5 as they go Texas two-step restart. Here we go. Green flag. So right away, Dylan Budnick dumped to the inside of Brandon Spreen and the inside of Dustin Rude as they come around here. Your top 4 racing right there together, nose to tail, side by side. As they run, here they come. Back to the lead. Dylan Spreen over Dustin Rude and Dylan Budnick. Let's see how Dylan able to work around some of the lap machines. They were giving him grief earlier. He's able to go around the lap car, the 95 of Staley. Woo, Dustin Rude got a little high, wide, and handsome. Touches wheels with the 25 of Dylan Budnick. Everybody able to keep it straight somehow, some way. Down there in the turn number 1. And got trouble there in turn number 4. Got a car sitting sideways there in turn 4. Can't see the number from here. Might be the 94, I think. That is the 24, Kobe Urbanowski. Or Urbanowski, sorry, Urbanowski. And the number 24, it's turned it sideways in turn number 4. So your top group already getting up there set for the Texas two-step restart. So Brandon Spreen up front, Dylan Budnick in second, Dustin Rude in third, Brandon Spreen in fourth, Drew Stark now fifth, Dylan Coyne sixth, and Brandon Hicks now runs seventh as they get ready to come to the Texas two-step restart here with a couple of laps remaining with your DCRST. All right, lights are out. Everybody's looking them over. And we get ready to go back to racing. Watch these hungry hounds go after that 81. Here we go. Green flag. Woo, boy. Hooking bumpers right there down on the bottom groove. But they're able to check out over that 41T of Dustin Rude. Dustin trying to make that high line work. Hadn't worked all night. Worked in the Mod Light, trouble, cautions out again, trouble in turn number 1. Danielle Long in the 08 spins, pointed backwards on the racetrack. All right, so everybody gets lined back up here in your Texas two-step restart. Top couple of rows, there they are. Dylan Spreen, Dylan Budnick in the 25, Dustin Rude in the 41, Brandon Spreen in the 88, Drew Stark in the 03, Dylan Coyne in the 12th man car, and Brandon Hicks in the 23H. That's your top couple of cars as we get back to the Texas two-step restart. Just a couple of laps remaining here in the Dwarf Car Race Series of Texas. Kickoff here at Texana Raceway Park. Live from Edna, Texas. Live on Race on Texas All Access. Here we go. Green flag. So Brandon Spreen was the biggest mover and shaker on that restart. Moved up to third with that one, trying to make it a Spreen Brothers sweep. Now moving to the inside, Dylan Budnick trying to get to the inside of Dylan Spreen. Now they come across the lap machine of Staley one more time. Spreen able to maneuver around traffic. That battle there for second still heating up between Dustin Rude up to the outside. He's trying to go all the way to the lead. Can he make it stick from the top side? Not going to happen that time, but got a great run. And he did make it stick to the outside. We talked to him about it in the Mod Light feature. That's the line he wanted to run, like a Brocken bull. And back to the front, the 41T and Dustin Rude. But caution's out. Trouble for the 56, I believe. Vince Casier out of Port Lavaca in the 56 having issues out of turn number 4, so they'll re-rack him and restack him. That should have been enough pass, and this time the control car will be the 41T of Dustin Rude. So once again, everybody line back up like always. We're getting back to the Texas two-step restart. So everybody line back up. Dustin Rude, Dylan Spreen, Dylan Coyne, Brandon Spreen, and Drew Stark. That is your top running order right there, your top 5 as they come back to the restart. Here we go. Green flag. And the battle for the lead continues. Dylan Spreen there on the bottom trying to make it work with Dustin Rude pulling double duty, trying to go back to back in the Mod Light and the DCRST. Coming up on 2 to go, going to be a mad dash to the finish. Dustin Rude back up to the top. Here comes Dylan Spreen there on the bottom. Up on top, white flag coming around. Dustin Rude in the 41T. One more lap to go. Now Budnick able to get around Dylan Spreen in that 81. Here comes Dylan coming back. Looks like that battle's going to be for second, not for the lead. Catfish are down on the bottom. They touch bumpers. Meanwhile, to the top side, Dustin Rude doubles up and wins. Dylan Budnick second. Dylan Spreen third. Brandon Spreen fourth, and I believe Drew Stark rounding out the top 5. And here's your winner again, Dustin Rude. So we have a few more things for you. You can have that. You guys can use this for the photo because I didn't think about bringing a checkered flag for the last picture. So it's a good thing you won so that you can have a checkered flag. So tell me about it, man. You were on the high line again. Everybody else catfishing. You stayed on top. You said you were going to try to make it work from the Mod Light feature. Talk about this dwarf feature.
That was probably the funnest I ever had in a while. Swapping leads with Dylan Spreen. Race is very clean. I appreciate him for doing that. I mean, him sliding all the way up in front of me having to cut back down through traffic. I can tell you what, this car ain't got no faster than that right there around the top, so that was fun.
All righty, so here's your chance. Doubling up on the victory lane. Dustin Rude, everybody. So don't forget, still 3 more main events on tap for us tonight as the kickoff continues on here at Texana Raceway Park. We've got Sport Mods, IMCA Modifieds, and Factory Stock still left to run here on opening night of the 2022 season. So up next will be the Sport Mods. Here we go. How are they going to line up? So Caleb Sellier in the $4X on the pole. Benjamin Maklinchek there in the 13M on the outside. The high five, Joseph Ponton Jr. John Layden in the 24 outside of row number 2. Inside of row number 3, that is Daniel Preston in the BD2. Jared Maupin in the 91. Mark Greiner in the 93. Michael Carlock in the 76. And Bryce Reed in the 13B rounds out your 9-car field. 9 cars, 20 laps. Here we go. Green flag. So Miklicek there in the 13M going side by side with Caleb Sellier. Caleb Sellier, and caution's out. I don't know if they didn't like it or what. All right, so they're re-rack them and restack them. So you got Caleb Sellier there in the $4X. You got Benjamin Miklinchek there in the 13M. Ponton in the high 5. John Leda in the 24. There's your top 4 as we get ready to re-rack, restack, and go back to Green Flag Racing here at Texana in the Sport Mods. Here we go. Green Flag. So right away, Ben Maknicek takes off and takes the lead. Here comes Ponton in the high 5 to the inside of Caleb Sellier there in the $4X. Caleb having a really good run in the heat race. Had to start it off with a couple of good laps here in the main event. But Ponton in the high 5 continues to make the challenge. Oh, Ben slides up into turn 1 and 2. Opens up the door for Ponton in the high 5. Ben got her head of steam going down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Now Miklicek still able to go back to the lead. Ponton in the high 5. Caleb Sellier in the 4. Coming up back from the pack, the number 91 of Jared Maupin. Maupin coming from the back to the front. Maupin very quietly moving into the top 4. Now Miklicek gets it rolling on the top side. Here comes Ponton in the high 5 on the bottom. Everybody making it work. Ponton trying to dive down into turn number 1, going to the bottom, going catfishing on the bottom side. Side by side, here comes Ponton, putting the pedal to the floor. Maklicek, though, hanging tough on the outside into turn number 3. Give the lead to Ponton. Will Maklicek to the crossover. Here comes the crossover. Here we go. Side by side down the front straightaway again. Into turn number 1, Miklicek there on the bottom in the 13M. Ponton up to the outside in the high 5. Oh, what the power down there by the 13M of Miklicek. Miklicek into turn number 3 on the bottom. Ponton coming up on the outside in the high 5. He makes it stick high, wide, and handsome. He'll lead that lap as they go down into turn number 1. Blake's is sparking and blazing down there in turn number 1. Now the hot spot on the racetrack, the battle there for 3rd between Caleb Sellier and the 91 of Jared Maupin. Jared takes the pass, and they're hooked up on bumpers right there out of turn number 4. They are hung on bumpers, front to tail. Oh boy. And caution's out, and they finally get him done. So what a great race so far developing here in the Sport Mods. Great battle for the lead shaping up there. Happening back and forth. Tough break there for 3rd and 4th. Caleb Sellier in the $4X and the 91 of Jared Maupin locking bumpers. And there goes Jared back up into 3rd spot, so that top 4 ever racy tonight. They get ready to kick off the Texas 2-step restart. We'll get them lined up. Here we go. All right, so they line up for the Texas 2-step restart. Ponton in the high 5, 91 of Jared Maupin, the 13N of Benjamin Miklinchek of their famous Miklinchek Racing family. Lights are out. Here we go. Are y'all excited about this race or what? Hell yeah, let's go. Lights are out. Here comes the green flag. We go green right here, right now. Oh, right away, catfishing on the bottom. Jared Maupin to the inside of Ponton in the high five. What a power move by Jared Maupin to the inside. Oh, trying to put the ponies down. Watch that high five on the top side. Here comes Miklinchek in that 13M. Back on the top side, Ponton in the high five continues to lead as we come halfway home. 10 down, 10 to go. So now your lead duo right there, Ponton in the high five, Jared Maupin in the 91. Ooh, daddy. Hanging right there together. Ever so close, but not touching as of just yet. Maupin catfishing on the bottom. There goes Ponton, able to make the high line work as they come out of turn number 2. Ponton opens it up. Now, Maupin coming to the inside, trying to come to the bottom. Not going to work this time. They both stay high out of turn number 4. Stay 1 and 2. Maupin, though, trying to catfish down in turn number 1. Ponton throws the block. Able to keep it right up and ready to go. Maupin, though, not giving up the challenge. He's still there. Looking to the inside at turn number 1. If Maupin can get a really good run in 3 and 4, he might have something for him. Now within a car length in as they go down into turn number 1, Maupin takes the high line right behind Ponton in that high five. They stay up at the top. Ooh, little contact there out of turn number 4. No harm, no foul. Man, they're rolling that bottom down there in turn 1 and 2. Maupin in that 91, trying to stay in the tire tracks of Ponton in that high five. They continue to race on this time. Maupin got a really good run. They go side by side down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, who's it going to be? Ponton to the top in the high five. Maupin in the 91, here comes the crossover with the high five back to the bottom. Now into turn 3, it's Ponton back on the bottom. Here comes Jared Maupin trying to do the crossover. Fantastic racing for the lead here at Texana Raceway Park in the Sport Mods. Now Maupin to the bottom, going to try to sling it again. This time he squeezes it up in there. Now Maupin slams the door. There goes Ponton trying to make it work on the outside. Almost locked bumpers again. This time Maupin to the top side. Let's see where Ponton's going to go. Ponton's going to go top side. Going to follow him through. Here we go. 2 laps to go. Coming to 2 to go. Maupin and Ponton right there. 1 and 2. Car length apiece separates them as they go off into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, coming to the white flag. Who's it going to be this time? Jared Maupin takes the white flag. Ponton behind him. Maupin to the end. Oh, Joe for Ponton in the high five. Loses it a little bit. Going into turn number 1. That opens the door wide open for the 91 and Jared Maupin. Jared Maupin's going to win in the Sport Mod. Joseph Ponton Jr. second in the high five. Benjamin Miklinchek in the 13M rounds out third. Caleb Sellier rounds out the top 4 there in the $4X. What a great race here with the Sport Modifieds. All right, everybody, here's your winner and one hell of a good battle to open up the 2022 season here at Texana Raceway Park. Jared Maupin, guys. Woo! I guess we'll get away from the smoke or whatever that is. It's only good when they do that after the race, right? Well, I guess it makes it a little bit more expensive. I'll get right in the middle here. Actually, let's switch spots. We'll switch spots. So tell me about that race, man. You guys were catfishing down there in the bottom. I mean, you guys were down where the grass meets the racetrack. And there's a couple of times I didn't think y'all were going to fit between the tires and the other cars, but you made it work. Talk about that racing over there, man.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was who can hug the tires, and 1 and 2 was going to win that race.
I mean, it was a lot of fun, especially coming out of turn 3 and 4. You and Ponton were digging around, but that had to be some fun racing, doing the crossovers, the slide jobs, all that good stuff.
Yeah, besides being so rough, it was fun, but I'm sure it put on a heck of a show.
It was a great show, great fun. We know that it's the beginning of the season. You got people to thank to help you put this thing on the racetrack here in 2022.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad and the hours he put in this car. Alvino, Roy, David, Lone Star Doors, Gray's Recycling, Valley Grass Farms, Burn Construction, Grass Hole, and everybody that's helped us out.
All right, congratulations on the win. One hell of a good race. We'll let you hold this for the pictures. Jared Maupin, everybody, car number 91. All right, so coming up next will be your IMCA Modifieds. Follow the closing out of the show with the factory stock. So hopefully the next couple of races will be as barn burning as that limited modified race was. All right, so here's your lineup. Based upon a redraw, this is how the lineup's going to be. Up front on the pole in 741, that's Cameron Starry. On the outside of him, the 73D, that's Jacob Hirsch. Chris Morrison, the 94, rounds up third. Ryan Slott in the 49, fourth. Tanner Whitmire, 101, is fifth. Agent Awalk, sixth. BD1. Jared Maupin is supposed to be pulling double duty in the BD1. We'll see how that shakes out. Brian Maychek there in the fourth. There in the 77, rounds out your 9-car field. It looks like we are going to wait for double duty there. Jared Maupin in the BD1. Still set to come out here in your IMCA modified feature, so. It's been a good night for the kickoff to kick off the 2022 season. Weather not exactly perfect like we wanted, but track's a little rough, but that makes it a little character, puts on some good racing for the race fans here at Texana Raceway Park. Here comes Jared into BD1. Going to pull to the inside, let the guys go. He was set to go shotgun on the field anyway, so he's not being penalized. All right, here we go. Lights are out. Cameron Starry, the Robstown Rocket in the 741. James Hartst in the 73D. Chris Morris and Ryan Slott. That is your top four as we get ready to turn them loose here in the IMCA Modified Feature. We go green right now. Oh, watch Slott there in that 49, trying to make it go 3 wide. Trouble there for Awalt in that 17. Agent Awalt having some issues in the 17. Meanwhile, back up front, you could say things are getting western down in turn number 1 as they go 3 wide out of turn number 2. Move Chris Morris into the lead. Woo, boy. Oh, they're getting western, definitely getting western down there in turn number 1. Moves Slot to the inside, got caught up there with the 741 of Cameron Starry. That opens up the door for the 101 of Tanner Whitmire. Meanwhile, up front, the 94, Chris Morris. He's starting to check out on these boys. Good battle shaping up there for second, Tanner Whitmire in his IMCA modified debut. After running Sport Mod for a number of years, moves up to the big mods. And meanwhile, back up front, Chris Morris has started to check out on this field. Hot spot on the racetrack, setting up to be that battle there for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Mopping after starting shotgun on the field. Able to come through. Now he's battling with the 741 and Cameron Starry, the Robstown Rocket. As they come in, continue to run. Chris Morris is gone. Just taking it off. Left the rest of this field there as the battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth heat up. Good battle shaping up there for third between the 73D of Jacob Horst and Jared Moppin. Oh, Moppin pops the tire after catfishing down there in turn number 3. They're in the battle there for third as they come in. Watch Moppin up to the top side this time. That doesn't happen all that often for him now. Tries to slide job back down to the bottom in the inside at 73D. Moppin catfishing, pops that tire going down into turn number 1. He likes it right there, low line, right around the tires. Trouble for Awalt as they come to halfway. Radiator motor something is ablaze there in turn number 4 underneath the hood of that white number 17. So it looks like the top couple of rows are set for the Texas two-step restart. It looks like they're going to go out and maybe examine the position of some of the tires. Could be examining the racetrack. Got some reports of some oil down there in turns 3 and 4. So you see track officials down there in turn 3 double checking the line, see if there is oil indeed down there in turns 3 and 4. So we will wait the result of that, but looks like the rest of the field's already lined up ready for the Texas two-step restart, just waiting on the track to turn them loose. Oh, yeah, y'all don't forget to turn your clocks forward so you're not late for church tomorrow. I almost forgot to do my public service announcement, and fortunately we all lose that extra hour of sleep both tonight and then especially Monday morning when we got to go back to work. All right, so lights out. We're going to turn them loose right there. Chris Morris in the 94, Tanner Whitmire in the 101, Jared Moppin in the BD1. Here we go. Green flag. Back at where he left off earlier, Chris Moore is starting to take off. Battle there for second, third, and fourth. Here comes the rebound for Ryan Slott in the 49. Coming back up. Just got underneath Jared Moppin there for third. Still running behind Tanner Whitmire in the 101, running second. Now there it is, the battle there for third between Ryan Slott in the 49, Jared Moppin in the BD1. Guys putting on a really good show right there as they go off into turn 3. Slott has third, Moppin has fourth. Meanwhile, Chris Morris has started to check out by a mile, feels like. Almost a full straightaway length lead. Trouble there for Tanner Whitmire in the 101. Scooted up. Had some handling issues going off into turn 3 and 4. Scooted up the racetrack. Didn't lose the second position, but he lost a ton of ground. There to the 49er, Ryan Slott. So now Moppin back up to fourth. Man, there's some potholes and some beating and banging rolling down there in turn 1 and 2. Coming up on 2 to go. They're already past halfway. There you see 2 to go for your leader, the number 94, Chris Morris. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, white flag. 1 more lap to go for your leader, the 94, Chris Morris. Into turn 3. Up out of turn number 4, making it look easy on a slow Saturday night stroll. Into Edna, Texas, Chris Morris wins your IMCA Modified main event. Tanner Whitmire second, Ryan Slott third, Jared Moppin fourth, and the Robstown Rocket, Cameron Starry, rounds out your top 5. All right, everybody, your winner in the IMCA Modified, car number 94, Chris Morris. There you go. All right, man, you made that look a little easy. The restarts made it seem a little challenging, but, man, you were up on that high line, and that was rocking and rolling and bronc riding and all kind of crazy stuff, but it looked like the bottom wasn't much better. So what made you decide to run to the top?
It kind of got a little choppy there getting into that rut, and I figured I'd just get up top and just try and keep my momentum and build my momentum up and hopefully get enough car lengths in case I had any mistakes. So, I was just trying to keep the car as smooth as it could. Track had a little character, but it made it fun for racing.
So, I mean, you've been running all over. You ran in Arizona, ran in New Mexico, all kind of different places, and now you're running back here at Texana Raceway Park in Edna, Texas. Closest thing you get to your backyard other than Cotton Bowl. I mean, are you going to points chase this year, or are you just going to pick and choose like you always do, or tell me about the rest of your 2020 season?
Yeah, I think we'll pick and choose. We were wanting to get out of state more this year and just kind of race around, but, gas prices might put a hold of that, but we'll see what we can do this year. I'd like to come down here more often and, get to see you fans. I thank y'all all for coming out. I know it's cold. Hopefully we put on a good show for y'all out here.
Well, you certainly did. Race fans, here's your winner, IMCA Modified, number 94, Chris Morris. All right, where's my hardcore race fans at, right? It's got to be you guys that are left here in the grandstands, right? How many of you guys waited specifically just so you could watch this last one hell of a good factory stock race, huh? Like 3 people. I get it. You are cold. Last main event of the night, the world-famous Texana Raceway Park factory stocks. All right, here they're going to line up. We got, how many we got? 19 strong, 20 laps. Here we go. Dalton Faulkner on the pole. In car number 2799, Triton Temple. 02, Shannon Maurer. 36 is Grant Whitney. 56, Craig Pursley. 36P, Michael Pesic. 29, Joe Lopez. 55M, Monty Chamberlain. Jared Maupin pulling triple duty in the 20R. Jerry Miller in the 75, Jacob Burnett in the 04, Johnny Westfall in the number 9, John Hobbs in the 45H, Mike Karelka in the 19, Donald Kane in car number 24, Joe Johnson in the 63J, 719 Brian Schoenbaum, 8C Lewis Carden, and rounding out the field in 19th spot, car number 45, Seth Davis. All right, lights out on the racetrack. Triton Temple in the white number 99. Dalton Faulkner in the purple number 27. That is your front row. 2 heavy hitters right there in the factory stocks. Lights are out. Here we go. We go green right here, right now. All right, off the bat, they try to go 3 wide there on the outside. Battle there for second. You got a couple of cars up on the outside wall. That's the 3G, I believe, of Grant Whitney in that 3G up to the outside of the 56 of Craig Pursley. Pursley now down on the bottom. He takes the spot away from Whitney. Now your top 3, Dalton Faulkner, Triton Temple, Shannon Maurer in the 02 and the 56 of Craig Pursley. Michael Pesic now looking to try to get in the top 5 with that 36P. Hot and Happy back up front as we race with the battle there for second, or third spot rather. The 02 of Maurer has it. The 56 of Craig Pursley, well, he wants it. It's that battle there for third and fourth. Right now, get the spot back to the 02 of Maurer. Knock Pursley back to fourth spot. Meanwhile, back up front, the 27 of Dalton Faulkner has taken off and left the 99 of Triton Temple. Triton spent last weekend racing up north at Kennedale Speedway Park there in Kennedale, Texas, up in the Metroplex. Now he's back here originally from Corpus Christi. Trouble there for Jared Maupin in the red number 20 to the top side. Looks like he's out of power. And caution is out for the 20 of Maupin. Looks like also trouble there for the 24, Donald Kane. So Kane not under power as well. Looks like there's some smoke trailing that machine as he's off on the backstretch. Trouble there for the 8C Lewis Carden, pulling off to the hot pits as well. They're on the back straightaway, so it looks like they need some attention to the 24, Donald Kane. So once they get the attention there, looks like they're waiting for the cars to go before they can get to the assistance of the 24 there, push him off to the hot pits. Also, if you're still in the grandstands, don't forget next race here is April the 2nd, so a couple of weeks out. Check both the Texana Raceway Park website and the Texana Raceway Park Facebook page for all schedule updates. Owen and the crew do a really good job keeping fans up to date of all things Texana Raceway Park. They're the Texana Raceway Park Facebook page. All right, lights are out, showing them one. Here we go, Texas two-step restart. Dalton Faulkner, your leader in the 27. Triton Temple there in the 99. The 56 of Craig Pursley. The 02 Shannon Maurer trying to get up in that spot. I'm not quite sure what's going on up there. I think they were out of alignment there as they got ready to come to the green flag. Michael Pesik's up there in the 36P. I see him up there. The 3G of Grant Whitney is up there as well. So it looks like they're getting a couple of guys lined up and ready to go. Trouble there for the 02, double checking the lineup, I believe. So it looks like the 02 is supposed to go somewhere between the 99 and the 56. I'm just not sure where. If I had to guess, he's supposed to be in between those two. So they'll put him in single file, then they'll come around and give him a chance to do the Texas two-step restart here. Yeah, if you happen to see one of these really good-looking factory stocks that you like, you might want to take a picture of it tonight on opening night. It probably won't look that way after a couple of more races. So some of these good-looking hot rods, like the hot rod of Monty Chamberlain in the 55, got a good-looking piece there. John Hobbs in the 45 got a good-looking ride there, too. So a couple of these rides, personally, there in the 56. Some of these cars look really good right now. We hope they look really good throughout the race season, but they like to beat and bang a little bit in these factory stocks, so. The lights are out. Here they go. That's how they're going to line up. Dalton Faulkner on the point, then Triton Temple and Shannon Maurer in the 03. Craig Pursley in the 56. Grant Whitney in the 3G. That's your top five. Then you've got Michael Pesic in the 36P and Monty Chamberlain in the 55M. That's your first couple of rows as we get ready to roll Texas two-step restart style. Here to close out the night at Texana Raceway Park here in Edna, Texas, live on Race on Texas All Access. Here we go. Green flag. And right away, Dalton Faulkner starts checking out. Oh, just a tick over the 99 at Triton Temple. Maurer in that 02 trying to get up and racy. Trying to get up and race to the outside of Triton Temple. Now, battle there is going to be the battle for second between Maurer and that 02 Triton Temple in the 99. They've lost base there with Craig Pursley in the 56. So Pursley's a couple of laps back. Dalton Faulkner taking off, trying to leave these guys. Coming up very close to halfway. In fact, this lap should be halfway home. 10 down, 10 to go here for your factory stocks. And there indeed we are halfway home. So now still the hot spot on the racetrack. The battle there for second between Shannon Maurer and the 02 on the outside. You got the 99 at Triton Temple there on the inside. Good, solid side-by-side battle. Been racing side-by-side for the last couple of laps. That side-by-side battle has allowed Craig Pursley in that 56 to start catching back up to the backside of that battle for the top two. There comes Michael Pesic with him. Oh, they're coming up the lap. Joe Johnson in that 63J. So Joe hanging out on the bottom gives him enough room to go. Meanwhile, back up front, Dalton Faulkner has checked out, and still battle there for second between Shannon Maurer in the 02 and the 99 at Triton Temple. Battle side by side there for second. Cautions out, trouble, turn number 2. Believe that is the 19. Of Mike Horelka. I think that's the 19 of Mike Horelka up there in turn number 2 up against the fence. And we are back green and going here in the factory stocks. Dalton Faulkner continues to lead. And cautions back out. Looks like they didn't like that start. So a lot of people saw the caution line. A lot of people didn't. Getting a little re-racking and re-stacking there. Looks like they didn't like the start on that one. A little bit too much ponies pre-early. So they re-racked them and re-stacked them. Dalton Faulkner, Triton Temple in the 99, and the 02 is Shannon Maurer. Craig Pursley, Michael Pesic. That is your top 5 as we get ready to turn them loose one more time. Green flag. So it's now a 4-car battle there for second spot. Maurer's got it for now in the 02. But Triton Temple now battling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th with Craig Pursley in the 56 and Michael Pesic in the 36P. So now your top 5 single filed out as they get ready to race nose to tail. Dalton Faulkner's checked out, but the battle there for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Nose to tail, side to side. Battling back further in the field too, back there with the 04, the 55 of Monty Chamberlain and Johnny Westfall in the 9. Everybody's starting to single file out as they get ready to lock some laps around. Get ready to finish this race. Oh, trouble there for Pesic. Lots and lots of smoke coming out the bottom. I'm not sure if that's a radiator, if that's a motor. We'll find out the next lap as they come through here. 2 laps to go for your leader, the 27 of Dalton Faulkner. Shannon Maurer 2nd, Triton Temple 3rd, Craig Pursley 4th. Good side-by-side battle for 5th between Whitney and the 3G and Johnny Westfall. In car number 9, now bring in the 55N of Monty Chamberlain up with him. Back up front, white flag, 1 more lap around for your leader, the number 27, Dalton Faulkner. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, picking up the win in the kickoff. In the factory stocks for 2022, Dalton Faulkner wins. Shannon Maurer 2nd, Triton Temple 3rd, Craig Pursley 4th, Johnny Westfall and Monty Chamberlain round out the top 5. They're in the top 6 rather. They're in the factory stocks. All right, everybody, here's your winner. Car number 27, Dalton Faulkner.
little bit more, Bubba. A little bit more.
Just a little. All right, here, I'll let you hold this. You should be used to doing this in victory lane by now.
I enjoy it.
So you do this quite a bit. How does it feel to kick off the season with another W?
This is our 5th race out this year. Glad to pull one off. We had a couple close calls. Good racing this season. It's our 5th race. We've been in 5 different tracks this season so far. I always feel like pulling off the win at the end of the night.
So do you have a preference? Do you like the high line, low line? Does it vary by the track? Because it seemed like you were kind of in the middle between the Brunken Bulls of the outside and Catfishing on the bottom, but it seemed like it was a relative easy night for you tonight by all things considered.
I've always been a bottom guy, but the last couple of years I've been trying to get up top and find a way around everybody else. You know, usually the fastest groove, everybody's going to be in it. You got to find the fastest groove for yourself.
All right, so we know you got 5 races in, but you got people to thank for this ride right here.
Oh, yeah, I got Mr. Knowles Performance, LCC Trucking, Demand Propane, PRC, 5-Star Septic, Mr. Don Wild, he helps me out a lot, Club 20 Suspension, Baja Motorsports, Supreme Vinyl Works, Mr. John Lita, I got to appreciate him a lot. And Wicked Wrench Garage. That one was a tongue twister sometimes. And Ronnie's Auto Sales. I appreciate all the fans staying out. Everybody on Race on Texas. I appreciate it.
All right, here's your winner in the factory stocks, Dalton Faulkner, everybody. All right, race fans, for those that are left, don't forget next race here, April the 2nd. Hopefully we'll have much better weather and everything will be rocking and rolling. So for the ownership group, the staff and management of Texana Raceway Park, God bless, Godspeed. We'll see you April 2nd.